Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the City Council meeting today. Today is Monday, September 15, 2025. It's approximately 1 p.m. I am Mayor Eric Enriquez. Before we start, I want to mention that we have the ASL, American Sign Language, over here in the front. They're here at every one of our regular council meetings, and if anyone requires interpretation services, they're available. We will start with a moment of silence for the brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces as they protect our interests around the globe, as well as the courageous men and women of the Las Cruces Police and Las Cruces Fire Department as they keep our city safe 24/7, 365. Councilor Graham, if you lead us in the pledge. Thank you, students, for being here today and joining us in the Pledge of Allegiance. It really made it great. That was awesome. Can you be here in 2 weeks? Okay, we'll start out with some presentations, certificates, and proclamations. So the first thing we have today is a recognition of the mayor's top teens. So it's a privilege and it's an honor to keep this going and continuing for our students, those that will be graduating from our local high schools that have overcome adversity and still maintain their grades and excel in activities throughout the community and the school that they participate in everything that they do. I'd like to call up Ronnie Medina to come up. She's a sponsor, and she can talk a little bit more of the mayor's top teen. Again, I'm very proud of these students, and I'm honored to have it called the mayor's top teen. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Veronica R. Medina. I am the president of the Mayor's Top Teens. The Mayor's Top Teen was started in 2007, 2008 by Bill Matisse. He was our mayor at that time, and he brought in this thing, and we've been going on for 18 years. With these children. They were little guys when it started. Some were just barely born, I think. yeah. And but it's been a good program. I'd like to thank Bill Matisse for starting this. I'd like to thank the mayor, the present mayor here, who continued with it, and the mayor before him, Magashima, got it and continued, so it's been going on for a lot of years. These are students that have...
If I may, we had a great council. It was all 7 of us. I mean, we worked hard, and then the Optimist Club, it was quite a joint venture. So thanks for the honors, and thank you for the applause.
And thank you again, Mr. Matisse. Anyway, these kids have had hardships in life, have had struggles in life. At such a young life, they've come through. And they're staying in school, having their 3-point GPS on, and they're doing great. I want to say I'm very proud of them. And like I say, this is your 18th year of this group of children. Each one of them will come up here, say their name and what school they're at right now. These are our seniors, our future people. of the city of Las Cruces. Okay, guys, you can stand up and start coming up. Yeah, you do that too.
My name is Sophia Amato, and I'm from Las Cruces High School.
My name is Annalie Armenta, and I am from Mayfield High School.
My name is Mia Berkson, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name is Ishan Bhakta. I am from Centennial High School.
My name is Samuel Bide, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Samantha Brasher, and I'm from Las Cruces High School.
My name is Kinley Cartwright, and I'm from Mayfield High School. My name is Ella Clemens, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Eden De Leon, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name is Charlotte Dennis, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Alexa Edmondson, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name's Josiah Estrada, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Maisie Jappel, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name is Lacey Knight, and I am from Las Cruces High School. My name is Riley Kutnak, and I'm from Centennial High School.
My name is Luke Matherly, and I'm from Centennial High School.
My name is Miles Odom, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Arabella Richardson, and I'm from Mayfield High School.
My name is Archer Scott. I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name is Amy Sheen, and I'm from Centennial High School.
My name is Eleanor Warden, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School.
My name is Addison Wells, and I'm from Organ Mountain High School. My name is Lorena Zamora, and I am from Centennial High School.
Before we close and the kids go back to school, I'd like to introduce my committee. They're right here in the front. Would you guys stand up? I kind of mess up their names a lot of times. We have Chula Holstein from, well, she used to be a teacher, so a lot of you probably know her. And then, say it? Joel Ogin. And he's a part of this school too. And then we have Bertha Rodriguez, and she's a part of the committee. Then there's Liz.
Liz
Yeah.
Lano with KRWG.
She's from the university, will take pictures and interview the children. And then this is Ralden Beck. He's been with me a long time. He's our money man, our treasurer. Yeah. So, thank you. And then here's Rudy he's our photographer. He's been our picture man for all these years, and we have a little book that we give out, and there's some out there. And this is Rudy Torres. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Go ahead.
Try to line up in front of the backdrop, so backdrop.
The backdrop.
We need to form two lines. Two lines.
See what you
Two lines. Again, everyone who's calling.
Say something?
Huh?
You're going to say something else?
No, I was just going to say, thank you for coming, and kids are going back to school.
You got it.
Mayor? Thank you.
Thanks. You should have come down. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Keep me in the good graces. Okay, again, thank you, Mayor's Top Team. Thanks for being here, students. We're really proud of you and appreciate you. Next, I'd like to call up the Las Cruces Area Marine Corps League El Perro Diablo Detachment 478. If you guys would please come up. So on Sunday, October 24th, 2025, the Las Cruces Area Marine Corps League El Perro Diablo Detachment 478 took first place in all 3 events of the statewide Honor Guard competition held in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The detachment Honor Guard competed in the 3 categories: small Honor Guard, medium Honor Guard, and large Honor Guard. The Marine Corps League El Perro Diablo Detachment 478 took first place in all 3 events for the state of New Mexico. These accomplishments reflect great credit, dedication, and sacrifice upon the members of the Honor Guard of the Marine Corps League El Perro Diablo Detachment 478. Congratulations. So as Mayor of Las Cruces, I wanted to present them with a certificate of excellence for their accomplishments and tell them how greatly they are appreciated in our community. These individuals not only compete and display their abilities to perform and bring back the hardware in first place in all categories, but they're here to serve the community. They serve their country, they serve proudly, and they continue to serve this community. They perform at celebrations, at events, at opening ceremonies, but of all, they attend and they perform at funerals, putting closure to a veteran who has served proudly. And we thank you for what you do and everything in this community. So the Certificate of Excellence as to certify is proudly presented to El Perros Diablos in honor of their outstanding performance and recognition for their high standards of excellence. This certificate is issued in recognition of civic interest and an expression of appreciation by the mayor on behalf of the citizens of the city of Las Cruces, dated this 15th day of September 2025. Congratulations.
My name is Jeffrey Ekman. I am the Commandant of the 478th Marine Corps League at this time. The main reason why we won is because of one man, Mr. Andres Rivera. As has been said, we do funerals for those who have served their time in this life to move on to the next life. We've also done parades as well as other color guards. We appreciate this award for everything that we have done, but also for the city of Las Cruces to allow us to have this certificate. I, from the Marine Corps League number 478, humbly accept this certificate, and I hope everyone else has a wonderful and happy day.
Next, I will turn it over to Councilor Graham for proclamations.
Okay, do we have any Booker T. Washington Elementary Wildcats in the house? Come on down. And this will be a proclamation for International Walk to School Days. Okay, and the proclamation reads, whereas International Walk to School Day is celebrated globally to encourage children and families to embrace walking and bicycling as a way to promote physical activity, reduce traffic congestion, and enhance community connections, and whereas walking and bicycling to school can improve the health and well-being of students, offering them an opportunity to incorporate physical activity into their daily routines, thereby helping to combat childhood obesity and health-related issues. And whereas International Walk to School Day provides an opportunity for parents, teachers, and community leaders to work together to create safer routes for walking and bicycling, addressing safety concerns, and promoting an active lifestyle. And whereas the City of Las Cruces is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all children and recognizes the importance of safe, accessible walking and bicycling routes to school as a priority for the community. And whereas participation in International Walk to School Day encourages a sense of community and shared purpose, fostering relationships among students, families, and neighbors. And whereas the events align with the county's goals of promoting sustainable transportation, reducing traffic congestion, and improving air quality, thereby contributing to a healthier and more environmentally friendly community. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim September 30th through October 3rd as International Walk to School Days in the City of Las Cruces and encourage all citizens to consider the benefits of walking and bicycling, to participate in the events, and to support efforts to create safer and more accessible routes for our children to travel to and from school.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Graham. Mayor Enriquez, council members, members of the public, and our fabulous community from Booker T, Washington. We just wanted to say thank you so much, not only for the proclamation today, but for all you have done. And there's so many people up here and in the community who have done so much to make it possible for our kids to walk and bike safely to school. For example, we just walked here on one of our city's multi-use trails so that we didn't have to walk along the busy road of Picotra Ave. So we are just so grateful for your continued work. I know it takes a team, it takes a village. As they said, for the mayor's teens, we've been doing this since 2006. I think we are coming up to International Walk to School Day. This 2007 was our first celebration of it at Mesilla Elementary and Hillrise Elementary. So we've been doing it for many, many years. And we hope these future students here will be sitting up on council and be mayor's teens one day as well. And it is through the encouragement of the members of our community for making this possible. So I wanted just to thank our team. I wanted to thank our Miss Avalos, our teacher at Booker T, Washington, who makes this possible every week. And and I just wanted to invite you, if you are a member of the audience or council who's ever done a walk to school with the kids, could you please raise your hand? Look at that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We wanted to invite you to participate in our events. Turi has handouts for you with all of the dates. We are adding an additional school this year. We're going to be adding Columbia Elementary since they are in their new facility. So we would love you to join us for any walk this week. Or please take the example of our amazing mayor who walks often with Hermosa Heights Elementary. So adopt a school, come join us, and please just continue your amazing support of our future right here. Thank you. Are there any students who would like to say something about walking to school? Would anybody like to say something? Okay, come on up, Nala. Yeah, come on up. You want to say it? I'll be with you. That's okay. Just pretend they're not even there.
I like walking to school.
Can I lift you up?
I love walking to school because when we walk it, we get to want to go inside. I love walking to school because it keeps us safe and that's it.
Anybody else? Anybody else? You want to say something? Can I lift you up?
I love walking to school. It is fun.
Anybody else?
I like walks to school because we get to bring our bikes and our scooter. I like walk to school because it's a really good exercise. I like walk to school because I get to be with my friends.
Want to say something?
I like walking to school because it's really fun. I like walking to school because it's my favorite thing to do. I like walking to school because we get to play on the playground.
I like walking to school because it helps us clear our brain before school.
You want to say something? No? Okay. No?
I like walk to school because we get to play before we go to school.
Anybody else? Everybody had a turn? Wonderful. Thank you all so much. We hope to see you for our walk. Thank you.
We'll get a picture in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Somebody needs the, somebody has to get the proclamation.
Come on, guys. You just might have to scooch a little.
And our next proclamation will be for Constitution Week. Deborah Hale, or anyone else who might be here to try to follow this very tough act to follow, but I think the Constitution is up for the challenge. Whereas September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals that the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained.
I want to thank the mayor and councilwomen and all the council for this honor. I thank you on behalf of the Doña chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution and the citizens of Las Cruces. It's an important document, and we need to look up some things that we might have a question about. It's on the internet, you can find it. There's a lot of stuff that said it's constitutional and it's not. So you need to be, I really want you to be aware of that. And I want to close with the preamble. Oh, I want to introduce our regent, Rachel. And if there are any other DR members out there, I don't know. But I want to close with the preamble to the Constitution of the United States of America. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. Thank you.
Next up, we have a proclamation for Civic Health Month presented to Jasper McCormick. Or anyone, come on down. Whereas civic health describes the capacity of a community to address issues that impact the well-being of community members through voter registration, active participation in local, state, and federal elections, and other forms of civic engagement, and whereas health outcomes may be determined by non-medical factors, including access to food, transportation, affordable housing, and community engagement, and whereas voting and civic engagement can lead to greater social cohesion, a sense of belonging, and improved community conditions. Hundreds of healthcare, public health, and civic engagement organizations across the United States unite to celebrate Civic Health Month each August, and whereas our communities are healthier when we all have a voice in the issues that matter to us. Celebrating Civic Health Month inspires us to promote voter registration, voter participation, and other forms of civic engagement, not only today, but all year long. And whereas, given that civic health strengthens democracy and improves community health outcomes, we are proud to stand with the many people and organizations locally and across the country that promote civic health. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim August as Civic Health Month.
Thank you. I'm Jasper McCormick, and even though it's not August, we wanted to keep our momentum going. We recently got a proclamation for Civic Health Month with Doña Ana County and previously as well Otero County, and it works out perfectly because tomorrow is National Registration Day, and interestingly enough, there's a study that found that people who have not registered to vote but are eligible, 2/3 said that they just had never been asked. So we want to promote everybody, just having that conversation and asking if people are registered. And we have local elections coming up, so it's super important right now. So we just wanted to keep that momentum going. So I want to specifically thank Councilwoman McClure for getting us the ball going with us. So thank you, and we appreciate all of you. So.
Next, we have a proclamation for New Mexico Press Women's Day, presented to Denise Chavez. Please, yeah, absolutely. Whereas New Mexico Press Women, NMPW, an affiliate of the National Federation of Press Women, which organized in 1949, will be meeting in Las Cruces on Saturday, September 20th, and hosting a salon in celebration of their ties and connections to southern New Mexico. And whereas New Mexico Press Women is an organization of professional journalists and communicators that promotes the highest ethical standards while looking to the future in professional development, networking, and protecting First Amendment rights. And whereas New Mexico Press Women's objectives are to keep members at the top of their abilities through dynamic seminars, exceptional networking opportunities, and publications. And whereas New Mexico Press Women recognizes members' achievements and their service through its Professional Communications Contest and the Communicator of Achievement Award. And whereas New Mexico Press Women provides a space for networking, mentoring, shared advice, experience, encouragement, and guidance, offering special workshops, how-to sessions, and refresher seminars. And whereas New Mexico Press Women is celebrating Southern New Mexico communicators and expanding its membership throughout New Mexico, now therefore we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, do hereby proclaim that Saturday, September 20th, be a celebration of New Mexico Press Women, as it celebrates the work of all communicators, reminding us of their powerful responsibility and gift, whether it be through various media, including radio, television, the written word, through education, all media, and myriad professional forms, honoring those who seek truth and who continue to create a world of mutual respect, understanding, and the common good. And be it further proclaimed that all citizens of Las Cruces, the state of New Mexico, the greater Southwest, and the U.S. strive for communication for all people, proclaim Saturday, September 20th as New Mexico Press Women's Day.
Thank you so much, Mayor and City Council. I'd like to invite everyone to our salon this coming Saturday from 3 to 5 at the Hilton Garden Inn, a tardeada, for those of us that are local. We're going to have readers. I will be reading Denise Chavez. We'll also have Cassie McClure, one of our counselors, past president, Regina Griego, who has a powerful book, The Sins of the System, a gun control activist on a national level. We hope to bring her to Las Cruces, Mayor, to talk about gun control. And we also have Damian Willis. We have artist Rosa M., iconic Chicana artist, many artists. It's a salon, free and open for all. So if you want more information, go to my Facebook page. But also, thank you so much for the honor of being a communicator. These are a group of professional women and men who understand that the word is sacred. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, next, a proclamation for the 30th anniversary of the Paso del Norte Health Foundation. We have Audrey Garcia and Sandra Day. Anyone else? Oh, yeah, and you got like hype materials. Whereas the Paso del Norte Health Foundation was established in 1995 with $130 million from the sale of Providence Memorial to Tenet Healthcare Corporation, creating a lasting commitment in the binational tri-state region. And whereas for 3 decades, the Health Foundation has been a catalyst for positive change, empowering residents of Las Cruces and southern New Mexico, El Paso and Hudspeth counties in Texas, and Ciudad Juarez, Chihuahua, to lead healthier lives through knowledge, resources, and advocacy. And whereas the Health Foundation has invested over $266 million in grants and programs with more than 300 nonprofit, academic, and governmental partners to advance health and prevent disease. And whereas in Las Cruces and southern New Mexico, the Health Foundation has supported transformative initiatives, including promoting physical activity by partnering with the City of Las Cruces to complete 1 mile of city walking trail and working with Friends of the Organ Mountains to engage youth in outdoor activities, encouraging healthy eating through school gardens, cooking demonstrations, and nutrition education in partnership with organizations like La Semilla Food Center and New Mexico State University, expanding health education and literacy in schools and communities in partnerships with organizations like Las Cruces Public Schools, improving mental health by reducing stigma and increasing access to care in partnership with Doña Ana County Health and Human Services, Family and Youth Innovations Plus, NMSU, and other local nonprofit organizations, proving out-of-school time programs through the Boys and Girls Club of Las Cruces, offering hundreds of teens, ages 11 through 17, safe, supportive spaces, and funding the Teen Center and the club's future facility, promoting smoke-free and vape-free living through policy, education, and community action, advancing diabetes management with partners such as NMSU Extension and the Southern New Mexico Diabetes Outreach, delivering programs like On the Road to Living Well with Diabetes, and strengthening the Southern New Mexico Diabetes Alliance, developing nonprofit and health leadership in the Las Cruces area through Realize Executive and Realize Board, growing the health workforce by expanding career pathways like dietitian educators and community health workers in partnership with NMSU, and strengthening community resilience, notably in response to the wildfires in southern New Mexico, COVID-19, and the August 3rd mass shooting. And whereas these achievements reflect the vision of the Health Foundation's board, the dedication of its staff, and the collaboration of its partners. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, proudly honor the 30th anniversary of the Paso del Norte Health Foundation for its extraordinary service to the health and well-being of our residents and region.
Well, that's a lot, right? I don't have to say too much because I think the work speaks for itself. My name is Audrey Garcia. I'm a program officer at the foundation, and I'm here with Miss Sandra Day, who is also a program officer. And we may be a small group of individuals, and our station is in El Paso, but we really work to advance all of our communities that we work with and surround. So we're very grateful for this proclamation, and thank you. And hopefully, if you want to learn more about our work, you can visit our website and get a little bit more involved in the initiatives that we are focused in right now. So thank you.
Okay, last one, promise. But can I please have any representatives we have available from Las Cruces Fire, Las Cruces Police Department, our communications team, housing, no one's moving, I see you. Housing, Parks and Recreation, and Quality of Life. I know already. And this is a proclamation for National Good Neighbor Day, presented to community engagement, which, as you see, is a broad range of city team members. Whereas National Good Neighbor Day is celebrated annually on September 28th to recognize and honor the importance of being a good neighbor and fostering strong, supportive communities, and whereas the strength of a community is built on the foundation of trust, respect, and mutual support among neighbors, and the City of Las Cruces affirms its commitment to expanding housing opportunities and supporting home rehabilitation programs, and whereas the Las Cruces Police Department and Las Cruces Fire Department are essential to fostering safe and healthy neighborhoods, and the Parks and Recreation Department plays a key role in bringing neighbors together by creating welcoming and inclusive public spaces and offering enriching recreation programs. And whereas the Quality of Life Department enhances community connectedness by promoting cultural and artistic enrichment, senior services, youth engagement, and access to educational, informational, and wellness resources. And whereas the City of Las Cruces is dedicated to fostering community engagement, ensuring that residents have a voice in shaping the policies, programs, and services that impact their lives, and building partnerships that uplift every neighborhood. And whereas National Good Neighbor Day serves as a reminder of the collective responsibility we share in building a more connected and compassionate community where neighbors support one another, collaborate to address challenges, and celebrate each other's successes. And whereas, as a city dedicated to inclusive governance, neighborhood vitality, and public service, the City of Las Cruces proudly leads by example in advancing the principles of neighborliness, civic partnership, and interdepartmental collaboration for the benefit of all who call Las Cruces home. And whereas the City of Las Cruces affirms its dedication to strengthening neighborhoods through investments in housing, public safety, its parks and recreational programs, its quality of life, and its community engagement, and encourages all residents to take pride in their neighborhoods, extend kindness to one another, and work together to build a more vibrant and united city. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Las Cruces, New Mexico, encourages all residents to take time to engage with their neighbors, foster meaningful connections, and contribute to building a stronger, safer, and more united community. Do hereby proclaim September 28th, 2025 as National Good Neighbor Day.
Good afternoon, Katrina Godinez, Community Engagement Manager. I want to speak a little bit to how we came upon this idea of the National Good Neighbor Day. A few years ago, Grace Diaz, Isaac Huguin, and I attended a Neighborhood USA conference where we had the opportunity to showcase the city's Lift Up program. With support from our housing department, we entered the program for an award, and we took home third place in the category of Best Neighborhood Program by a Government Entity. Isaac Huguin delivered the presentation on behalf of our city team, and he highlighted the work we done to support and uplift our neighborhoods. While at the conference, we also connected with this Hopeful Neighborhood project. They shared valuable neighborhood resources, including information about the National Good Neighbor Day, which is celebrated every September 28th. Inspired by that interaction, Grace Diaz proposed the idea for the proclamation to recognize and celebrate the many ways the city supports and strengthens our neighborhoods. Every city department plays a vital role in building strong, connected communities. This proclamation is a reminder of that shared responsibility and celebration of what we accomplished together. I want to thank Grace Diaz for her vision and her leadership bringing this idea forward. Grace lives and breathes community. She constantly is advocating for people and working to celebrate meaningful connections in neighborhoods. She's a police advocate. And I also would like to thank all of our departments that aren't mentioned. Every single one of our departments plays a vital role in our community, and we all interact with our residents, and we thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilor Graham. Next on the agenda is Jobs of the Week, and we have none. So next, we move to Pets of the Week. Carol, you want to come up?
Good afternoon. I'm Carol Nilsson, Digital Content Specialist for the Animal Services Center of the Mesilla Valley. This week, our Dog of the Week, Dexter 89119, to look him up on our website. I'm an adorable boy who's a bundle of joy. I might be a little shy when I first come out of my kennel, but once I get the chance to explore, my vibrant personality really shines through. I absolutely love giving affection, and I'm still learning what playtime is all about. I might even sneak in some kisses when we're together. I know the word treat, and you can definitely get me to sit for one. If you're looking for a playful, affectionate companion who will fill your life with joy, I might just be the perfect fit for you. And this week, our Cat of the Week, Angel, has already been adopted, so we're super happy about that. Congratulations to her. And as always, we like to highlight our long-term residents who we really want to encourage the public to come out and visit and consider adopting. The longer they stay in shelter, the harder it is for them to thrive. Cosette has been with us 252 days now. Cookies and Cream, 242 days. Coral, 239 days. Adventureful, 227 days. All really good options to adopt. This coming Saturday, we will be at Petco for our Shelter Sweethearts event. We'll be there from 9 to 12, so come on out. As always, I say, if you're not looking to adopt, bring someone who's looking to adopt, or you can also come socialize. The dogs need socialization as well. So for more information, visit our website at ascmv.org or follow us on social media. Thank you for the time today.
All right, thank you, Carol. Next is a conflict of interest. Does any member of the city council, city manager, or any member of city staff have any known conflict of interest with any item on the agenda?
None. Notice.
None.
Mayor, can I make a motion to remove from the consent agenda 7.4, Council Bill number 26004?
Yes, Councilor, but we'll wait till the acceptance of agenda.
Okay.
When that comes up, then you can bring it up. So next we move to public participation. We'll allow up to 3 minutes, no pending litigation or items on the non-consent. Since it is election season, please refrain from using this time as a political platform. And Katrina will come forward and usher you to the podium. You have 3 minutes. State your name, speak clearly. Thank you.
Mayor, council, folks here today, those watching online, I'm Lynn Moorer. How many of you noticed last meeting the utilities director's clear falsehood regarding the notices required under the lead and copper rule, notifying new customers of their pipe material? I provided the relevant documents then. They were provided again today. I'll walk you through them. If you look at handout 1 in the bolded material above the line, you can see the exact language of my IPRA request. I requested all notices notifying new customers of their pipe material. If you look at handout 2 on page 2 in the middle, the rule says for new customers, water systems must also provide the notice at the time of service initiation. So the language of my IPRA request tracks exactly what the rule requires. It did not ask for a list or require creation of a new document. It asked for the notices. At the last meeting, the utilities director falsely claimed my IPRA request asked for a list and therefore no information need be provided. If the city has sent out notices to all the new customers, the city must in fact produce them. If they haven't, it's a violation. It's confounding that the city fails to carry out relatively simple tasks related to compliance with the lead and copper rule. More examples include entering correct information into the inventory, like accurately matching matching a street address to the location on the map, distinguishing whether an installation year is before or after 1986, notifying owners of galvanized requiring replacement piping. If incorrect information is found, correcting, not disappearing the whole category, reading EPA documents. If I can understand them, someone on city staff should be able to. This water rule is not very complex. When a taxpayer looks at Las Cruces Utilities online inventory and wonders whether the information about piping on her property can be believed, she's confronted with significant problems. She has only a 50% chance of finding her property on the map because half the city has been left out. If she finds her property, there's a 33% chance it will declare piping non-lead without providing any basis. It can't be believed. If it says non-lead based on installation after the lead ban, it's unreliable. Las Cruces Utilities has difficulty distinguishing before and after 1986. Worse, the inventory shows that installation after the lead ban can also result in a classification of unknown or unknown unlikely lead. This renders the whole basis of installation after the lead ban a nullity. If it says basis is water sampling only with no records or field inspection only with no records, both bases are untrustworthy. Without records, nothing can be proven as EPA requires. The only possibly reliable basis the city uses might be an installation record, e.g. tap card, but many records say even after consultation of an installation record, the material is still unknown. It's amazing that when it was installed, they didn't know what the material was. An honest, independent engineer needs to be brought in to evaluate the city's compliance. Thank you for this opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Your time's up.
I can see that,
okay, great.
Mayor Pro Tem. As I said, thank you for this opportunity to speak.
Thank you.
The word is sacred, according to our Denise
Your time
Chavez.
is up. Thank you. Okay. Please come forward and state your name.
Mayor, Council, I'm Liz Rodriguez Johnson. Showing a video at the last meeting that won an award for production qualities, not substance, I believe was so superficial it made a mockery of the Las Cruces employees who strive to do the right thing. I also believe it made a mockery of people who depend on the city of Las Cruces to protect their health. Why don't you present well-grounded facts instead of trying to use PR to cover up Las Cruces Utilities' numerous failures to comply with the lead and copper rule? Even though the video about checking your meter box might make you feel good, the essence of what the video presents is completely inadequate. This is not a technique that's highly accurate in identifying the true nature of piping. The utilities director said at the last meeting that New Mexico Environment Department has approved the city's customer notice process, so there are no worries. As explained at previous meetings, what the state says regarding the lead and copper rule is completely irrelevant. EPA has primacy with respect to enforcement of the rule, not the state. At the last meeting, the utilities director also asserted that a real-time map that shows up-to-date information is not required and that the map has to be updated only annually. That statement reveals a shocking indifference about whether all Las Cruces taxpayers can access correct information about their property or any property they're considering buying. Regardless when updating is done, EPA guidance does not allow false information to be included in the inventory at any time. Disturbingly, Las Cruces Utilities inventory is littered with false and misleading statements. We have encountered dozens of educated people whose first language is English and who have said they received a letter from Las Cruces Utilities regarding the rule. Problem is they don't understand what it means and what they're supposed to do about it. Almost a year after the city sent out some letters and put up its website, the city hasn't put out accurate information understandable to English and Spanish speakers. It's pretty clear that Las Cruces Utilities doesn't want to have to deal with property owners. It doesn't really care whether the public, and in particular Spanish-only speakers, understand all the facts about the rules. It can't be bothered to make sure all the links to the information on the website are in Spanish as well as English. It is also clear that Las Cruces Utilities doesn't want to deal with folks who need financial assistance. I'd like to receive specific, accurate answers to these questions. What has the city done to obtain funding for folks who don't have the funds to replace their lead or galvanized pipes? Where has the city applied for funding? When did the city apply and for how much? What is the largest progress regarding these funding requests? What has the city done to communicate this to the public? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael Clark. I'm from a nonprofit organization, Crosstown Boxing. I just want to bring up to the committee is that the youth crime has grown in this city, and we have simply ignored it. You might not think you're ignoring it, but you are, because there has been no community centers in this town for any of these kids. Any of your districts can show me where you have a brand new community center built for kids, not an outdoor park, but a community center. Our crime is continuing to grow. And every time our crime is growing, it's because we keep taking things away from our community programs. We have no more bandweight football for these kids. First Time Sierra Middle School doesn't have an 8th grade football team. We allow the city just to keep continuing to take, and I don't want to know what stands we're doing to stop it. It's getting ridiculous. I've already lost 2 young, a 16 and a 19-year-old kids that are family members of mine to gun violence. What are we doing? We're losing our kids here. And all I see is we're talking about homeless shelters and low-income housing. Well, as long as you have low-income housing, you have low-income families. When you have low-income families, you have low-income kids. That will become breeding grounds for gangs and violence, unless we put something in those communities for those kids to do. We cannot just keep sitting there and putting money at things we don't need. Our kids got to be first. Our children have to be first. We have kids walking up and down Picacho through drug-infested areas, and we're worried about all the drug addicts. What about our kids? We're losing them. I had on Hadley when I had my team running there. I had another 14-year-old kid pull a gun out of my boxers. And it's sad that being a coach, that I have to carry a firearm to protect my kids, and I might have to shoot a 14-year-old to protect my kids who are doing something. And when we do call for the officers, sometimes it's a very poor response. And sometimes us being the ones calling, we become the bad guy. They start treating us as the criminal, like if I'm bothering them. And then we have nowhere to go file a complaint. We can't go down a city right here and make a complaint because you can sit there for 2 hours because all day is a shift change. I just want to reach out to everybody. This coming Saturday, we are putting a rally together at Brannigan and to stop the violence in Las Cruces. And I hope somebody can attend. We're going to march from our door to Brannigan. And I hope some of the city council who are really concerned about this show up and give support. Stop the violence in Las Cruces, and let's start taking care of our children of our community. Thank you.
Hello, Mayor, City Council. I thought I'd reintroduce myself to some of you and introduce myself to the first time for others. My name is Lance Renfro. I'm the District Legislative Aide for Representative Jennifer Jones. I'm happy to get started in this position. I've been following your work in City Council for a long time. I used to be a DoorDash driver, and I would listen to your meetings while I was driving. So I'm very happy to be here, very happy to help. She has an office in Deming if you need anything. This is our standard procedure. She wants me to come in and address you and address the public. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to our office. Thank you.
Mayor, Council, Juan Garcia. We support Project Jupiter's move to Santa Teresa. We have been working with Jim Hurst and others on common ground to advocate for this new initiative This community is struggling with poverty and depends heavily on taxpayer subsidies. Bringing in this new business could be a turning point, giving people a real shot at self-sufficiency and a chance to shape their own futures. Maybe you've read that information shared or attended one of the county public meetings. If not, now's the time to get informed. No one's pretending Project Jupiter will fix every economic issue overnight, but it's a real concrete step towards progress. Are there challenges? Absolutely. That's why we expect our county leaders to keep a close watch and make sure risks are managed and mitigated responsibly. Is there risk in every new venture? Just like there's risk in anything worth doing. Of course, every day comes with a share of risks, whether it's getting out of bed, taking your kids to one of the parks and not worrying about getting shot, or driving down Solano and hoping you're not a victim of road rage, or maybe sending your kids to school and trusting they'll come home safe. There's always something out there that could go wrong. All we can do is try to mitigate those risks and lower the chances that something bad will happen. Over the last few weeks, we have heard a shout for answers to legitimate questions by our population on Project Jupiter. That's the role of the citizenry. However, it's sad when people stir up drama to shut down the citizens who are trying to understand the issues. Using intimidation or aggressive tactics to block real conversation is wrong, period. This irresponsible behavior, as seen in some of the county-sponsored meetings, is unfortunate because citizens who genuinely want to hear and learn were denied that opportunity by agitators. In closing, the latest wave of politically motivated assassinations has left a real bad taste in everyone's mouth. Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hartman and her husband, Mark, gunned down in their own home. Then came the assassination of Charlie Kirk for promoting dialogue from both sides at college campuses. Each murder drags us closer to the edge. It's not a matter of whether things will spiral even more. It's about how far we'll crash before we can fix it. And here in Las Cruces, how close are we to lighting the fuse ourselves? And in another comment, I'm glad Mike spoke a few minutes ago, because we've been talking to the council, the mayor, for years about the rising crime, particularly with juveniles, and it's still rising. Thank you.
One, two, three. Howdy, I'm Lonnie Montgomery, and I love you guys. Like I told you before, and God loves you, whether you like him or not. So I want to pray for you. Dear Lord, please send understanding and wisdom for these people, that they may become the public servants that they were elected to be. And now for the riff-raff report. Last time on the national, we agreed that the people up there, not mentioning names, don't like women because they want transgender to play the women's sports. And that they don't like our kids and grandkids because they're putting them into debt, which they'll never be able to pay. And as far as the state goes, I won't mention any names, but I'm going to call somebody Little Caesar. Up there during the COVID, got rid of 20% of the small businesses in the state of New Mexico. And she also did away with the 3 people that were in charge of the utilities in northern New Mexico, turned it over to somebody in Maryland or Maine or someplace up there, and they in turn turned it over to somebody in Spain. And as far as what we're doing in the schools, we're spending billions and billions of dollars with the teachers unions, NEA and AFT, and what do we get? We're still 51. Thank God for Mississippi. Sometimes we're 50 because of them, but it's not getting any better. We need to learn to have the kids learn how to read and write and reason. And we teach the CRT. Martin Luther King Jr. said we couldn't judge people by the color of their skin. CRT says, no, if your skin is this color, then you're a slave, and if not, you're a slave driver or whatever. And then they, as far as reading in the schools here, we allow kids to read books in Las Cruces that encourage teenage boys to use younger boys and girls as their sex objects. And according to the New Mexico state law, they can encourage in the schools people to become what they are not, according to God, male and female. Boys should be boys and girls, girls, but they're encouraging them not to, and they're giving them to the hormones to help them along the way, and then they can take them out and they can get them cut off their genitals or breast and to have them become something that doesn't even exist. But anyway, God bless America and God bless you guys. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. My name is Lucas Herndon. I live in District 2. And I'm here just once again to, in this sort of final hour, ask for, in whatever capacity you have, reach out with that influence to convince our county commission that this is a boondoggle of astronomical proportions, $165 billion IRB. I see on the agenda that the city is looking at its own IRB today for a company to come here and reuse an existing unused site, and that is something that I'm in support of. That is a good use of us, the city, our collective resources, encouraging a smart economic decision, and I applaud the city council for taking that step. On the other side of that is this issue with a multi-billion hyperscale data center being planned in our community in the desert that will utilize more water than our current industries do and more power to drive those industries than is currently available from our El Paso Electric energy provider. After the last time I spoke, I've continued to do research on this, and one of the things that I think is something that the city should be concerned about is that if Project Jupiter goes forward and they build likely a gas plant on their microgrid that then El Paso Electric interconnects to, at some point in the next 10 years, that will become a stranded asset for El Paso Electric, which will then drive up energy costs for all El Paso Electric users on their grid. Who is the largest user of El Paso Electric other than out in the Texas side? It's the city of Las Cruces. So for our common interest, I'm pleading that you use whatever power you have in that official capacity to help us, the community who has largely pushed back against this, let alone, you know, the lack of transparency, what we have found out that county officials have signed non-disclosure agreements with some of these people, the interpersonal relationships between the executives and some of our elected officials. These are all reasons to not support this thing. But at the end of the day, if all I can appeal to is the economics, think about the ratepayers of this city in 10 years and where we'll be with another stranded asset on our grid and what that means for our overall plans as we move forward with electrification and the overall quality of health of our community. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. My name is Frankie Lawrence. I'm here as a representative of the senior citizens who use the Aquatic Center. We, all afternoon, we've talked about the health and wellness and of everybody in our community. And the pool that we have been using has been out of service now for 4 weeks. I got a phone call from Mr. Gutierrez on Tuesday, which I was very glad to get, and he gave me an abbreviated version of what happened, but still the pool is not open. And we're just wanting it to be in service. We need something to do. We try to stay active, and we do, but and it's also community for us. Thank you.
I'm Pam Smith, and I've been using the Aquatic Center for over 12 years. I had a mishap physically, and I just used the pool to learn to walk again. I'd been to rehab, but I decided to use the pool walking to learn how to walk again without a limp, and I did. So I've watched the whole drill at the Aquatic Center for over 12 years, and we get numerous things go wrong during the year. Some are large, some are small, and it closes down from either 1 day or 6 months. 2 years ago, we had a 6-month shutdown. There was a part, and I don't know if it was the wrong part, but there were a lot of tentacles, and it delayed getting the parts. So I guess my drill is, what I see is a circle of chaos. It's a never-ending circle. They don't seem to learn from what shuts down. I don't know where the parts are ordered or any of that, but I would like to see some kind of planning ahead, because we pay a high price when that pool shuts down. The senior community is large. It's getting larger. It helps physical rehab, mental rehab, and it's socialization. And so this is a real disservice. But I'd really like to see some kind of break with this cycle. Maybe they can plan ahead and get a spare part, or wherever because now it's over 12 years old. It's probably 15 years old. Everything's breaking down now more rapidly. So we need some kind of system to have the parts in stock, maybe order a separate part, waiting instead of addressing the crisis that day, and then we pay for it with the amount of time that it's shut down. So that's just a suggestion to some kind of a plan ahead to take care of this. Let's learn from our mistakes, because there's been plenty of them in the last 12 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, and thank you for your time. My name is Jacob Painter. I'm here today with a group of my community members from the University Mesa neighborhood. We are deeply troubled by the increase in crime at our neighborhood park, which is the Salapac/Stoll Park. As you all know, crime has increased drastically in our city, specifically in our city parks. On the evening of September 4th, I arrived home from work and immediately heard 15 gunshots from the area of the park. My wife and I live directly behind the park and were the first two on scene. We immediately began rendering life-saving aid to the 2 gunshot victims. This experience was deeply saddening for me and my wife, and sadly, a young woman lost her life over this senseless incident. That is just the first in a long string of recent crime seen in Las Cruces public parks. We have seen a troubling uptick of crime at Salapac Park because of the lower police presence in our area, being a generally low-crime neighborhood. We hear gunshots coming from the park, from the park and the connecting arroyo on at least a monthly basis, and see drug deals and the usage of drug in our park on a nearly daily basis. As City Council, we feel it's the responsibility of every member sitting in front of us to ensure that our public park stays safe. We fully understand that there's a shortage of staffing at the Las Cruces Police Department, and thus think it's important that we provide alternative crime deterrence options. We have high-tech crime systems being used in grocery store parking lots to deter shoplifting. When do we as a city decide to focus our efforts on the deterrence of violent crime and install similar camera systems in all of our public parks to prevent this violent crime? We as the citizens of the University Mesa neighborhood call on you to do your elected duties and get the violent crime epidemic sweeping our public parks under control. What do you as city council members and representatives of all Las Cruces citizens plan to do to fix this issue? Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, Chief of Police, Tim Jenkins here. As I look back and reflect on the things that took place this last week, it is still crystal clear in my mind the profound impact that 9/11 had on me. There were no Republicans, there were no Democrats, there were no progressives, there were no whites, there were no blacks, there were no Hispanics. We all came together as one nation and one family and one people to support and to comfort and to help and to heal. What happened to that America? What happened to those values? What happened to those beliefs? The division in this country is the worst I have ever seen it, and it breaks my heart. Let's please all take a step back and remember that we are all humans and we all make mistakes and deserve forgiveness and compassion, and that we all need each other and we need help and support and can do none of this alone. A house divided against itself cannot and will not ever stand. We need each other. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jim Hurst. And I want to talk about the Jupiter project. Yes, Juan and I are working together on this. A lot of citizens are upset because the process in their mind doesn't allow enough time to learn all the facts and participate in the democratic process. What my fellow citizens do not seem to realize is that the process for economic development is designed to expedite economic development. We're trying to attract investments. The process is designed to encourage businesses to invest here, build here, hire here, and stimulate commerce here. The timeline is set by the marketplace. Investors want fairly quick decisions on their proposals, not because they're trying to cheat us, but because they have options and they want to evaluate them and act on them as quickly as they can. Do not reject the project because you don't like the process. They are two different things. The other concern I hear is over AI and its negative impact on privacy. I share your concerns, but I don't think opposing the construction of AI facilities is a good way to protect privacy rights. AI has many applications that do not violate privacy. One day, your kid won't need your help with math homework. And in education alone, the horizon is infinite. One day, your kids may be using AI to write a symphony, argue with Aristotle, or produce their very own feature-length movie. Instead of imagining only what the computer can do to us, imagine what we can do with it. We have only begun to exploit the computer and what it can do for humanity. If you want to protect privacy, then advocate for privacy rights. Don't try to throttle technology. Most likely you will fail. Europe has laws to protect privacy rights. We should too. As long as privacy is not protected by law, the people will devise technologies to violate it. The Jupiter project is a marvelous opportunity for Las Cruces in this region. Please don't reject it because you don't like the economic development process. Please focus your efforts on privacy protection rather than technology restrictions. Thank you very much.
Next, I'll go to the closed meeting statement. Las Cruces City Council met in closed session at 10:01 a.m. on September 15th. The following were in attendance: Councilors Flores, Coran, Bencomo, Graham, McClure, myself, the mayor, Brad Douglas, City Attorney, Chief Story. He left at 11:09. City Manager Ikani Tamopiao, City Clerk Christine Rivera, Utilities Director Adrian Widmer, Assistant City Manager Sonia Delgado, and also Utilities Assistant Director, Deputy Assistant Director Carl Clark. Outside counsel Chris DeFilippio, Haley Grant, James Brockman, Jay Stein, John Stump. Items that were discussed was pending litigation regarding Danny Marta versus the City of Las Cruces, Officer Miziel Ibarra. We also discussed the pending litigation regarding Ruby Villa versus the City of Las Cruces. We discussed the pending litigation regarding Eric Lopez versus City of Las Cruces. The discussion pending litigation regarding State of Texas versus State of New Mexico and State of Colorado, number 141, original, which is closed pursuant to New Mexico State Statute 1978. We also were there to discuss the purchase of real property and/or water rights by the City of Las Cruces. The meeting adjourned at 11:53 a.m. Next is the acceptance of agenda.
So moved by Flores.
Yes, this is where Councilor Matisse.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. It's been too many years that I've not followed Robert's rules. I'd like to remove 7.4 item, and that is Council Bill number 26004, ordinance number 3096.
Second.
This is on a motion to accept the agenda as presented with the removal of item 7.4 for discussion. Councilor McClure?
Yes.
Councilor Matisse?
Yes.
Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Coran? Absent. Councilor Flores?
Abstain. I cannot abstain on the agenda? Then maybe. No. No.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
So this is to bring 7.4, Council Bill number 26-004, ordinance number 3096, and ordinance repealing ordinance 2964, closing the Local Economic Development Act LEDA project between the City of Las Cruces and Saputo Cheese.
Move to approve. Graham?
Second.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Okay, good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. My name is Elizabeth Teeters, Economic Development Director, and I'm here to talk about closing out Saputo's LEDA. So just real quick, the Local Economic Development Act, the objectives are assisting expanding and relocating businesses that stimulate economic growth, have significant community impact and support, increase wages and provide job creation, and promote significant new private capital investment. The use of LEDA funds is to purchase, lease, construct, improve, or acquire land, buildings, or infrastructure. Can also be used to city improvements essential to the location of expansion, and all LEDA funds are on a reimbursement basis. Some background on the business: Saputo Cheese USA used to be F&A Dairy. They purchased the facility in 2018. They're located at the Las Cruces Innovation and Industrial Park, and they produce around 4 million pounds of cheese monthly. Per the LEDA agreement, the State Economic Development Department contributed $2.5 million. The city contributed $300,000, and we were the fiscal agents, which means we held all the funds for the project. So this is the agreement, what it stated to the actuals to close out the agreement. They were expected to get 150 new jobs with an average wage of almost $34,000 with a capital investment of $30 million. What they actually did is create 216 new jobs at an average wage of $44,000 and $62 million in capital investment. So even though the agreement goes until December 31st of 2026, there is a clause within the project participation agreement that if the company maintains 150 full-time employees for 6 consecutive months prior to that date, they may request the following, which is the release of the security and early project closeout. So that is why we are here today. All LEDAs are put in place via ordinance, so they have to be closed out via ordinance as well. And with that, I stand for questions.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Councilor Matisse.
Thank you. This is the reason for discussion. If you go to page 6, I believe, on your slides, this is good news, and this is really a good solution to why IRB, they work. In other words, companies releasing its debt even before its time. We've increased jobs out there, so when there's companies coming, whether it's Project Jupiter or others, I think we need to be real positive to create those jobs and get those companies here. And thank you for the presentation. I just thought I'd like some good news.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Flores.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Ms. Teeters, for the presentation. I'm still wondering what it all means. It looks like they've done a great job, but you're saying that LEDA requires a closeout on this to close it?
Yeah, Mayor, Councilor Flores, so the way that the LEDA state statute is written, that every LEDA has to be created via ordinance. And so when everything is done, we have to close it out via ordinance as well to basically cancel it out.
That doesn't mean the business will go away.
No, they're still here. They're actually planning another expansion right now as well. So
Right.
it's,
They've been planning an expansion for several years now, if I recall, during COVID.
yes, they
So-
did. The LEDA that we did was for a string cheese expansion.
Yes.
And so that's was in place. And right now they're expanding their lines for string cheese as well. And I'm pretty sure there's an employee from Saputo here, but so I hope I'm not speaking. Yep, there he is. Yep.
Yay.
Please tell us more.
The way I read it, I thought we were calling off all, anyway. So thank you, Elizabeth.
Good afternoon, Mayor, councilors. My name is Hiram Roman. I'm the Human Resources Manager from Saputo Cheese. And when I'm seeing that information, yes, it was possible. It took a lot of effort for not only me, but the whole company on getting those jobs during COVID years on the first expansion. And yes, you're correct, there was a previous expansion of string cheese, but now we're going to a second expansion in there. So more jobs, it is grateful to bring to the community and also great benefits to work for this company. I'm proud to work for this company, and thank you for the support with this project from the state of New Mexico.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Christine.
This is on the motion to approve Ordinance 3096. Councilor McClure?
Yes.
Councilor Matisse?
Yes.
Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Cran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Next is resolution number 26038, a resolution in support of public lands.
Move to approve. Second.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. My name is Sergio Ruiz, Policy Analyst for the record. Today, I bring to you a resolution in support of public lands. The transfer, sale, and reduction of public lands are inconsistent with the values and interests of the residents of Las Cruces and the New Mexico community. We oppose legislation that would negatively impact public lands. The city of Las Cruces is at the center of the Organ Mountains Desert Peaks National Monument. These public lands provide essential resources and contribute to the local economy. And these public lands are valued for their recreational, cultural, and spiritual significance. We recognize the multiple uses of public lands and support policies that ensure their long-term preservation. We ask that the federal and state governments fully fund our public lands and oppose any attempts to change or reduce the size of our national monuments. That concludes my presentation. These are your council options. I stand for questions, and we also have advocates here to answer any questions.
Thank you, Sergio. Councilor Flores.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Sergio, for your presentation. So, so we say yes to this resolution. Then what happens to it? Do we just file it away, or do we send it up to Santa Fe and hope that they read it?
Mayor.
Or where? I mean, what happens?
Mayor, Councilor Flores, yes, we actually can. We have letters that we can put this resolution into, the information of the resolution into, and we can send that up to the federal government and the state government as well.
Right, right. And hopefully they'll listen. Or
Mayor,
maybe they don't know how to read, but okay.
Mayor, Councilor Flores, yes, that's the expectation, that they will listen and we would hear a response from them.
Thank you so much for your work. I appreciate it and your explanation. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Thanks. Thank you, Sergio, for working on this with a couple of us and advocates that reached out for us to do something simple, yet powerful, to really say where we stand. I think there has been resolutions like this across the state, in Taos and other parts of the state that understand the importance of public lands for literally everything that has to do with their community, including tourism and outdoor recreation and the quality and health of their communities, but just generally the right thing to do. So just no questions. I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you to the advocates who do this every single day, who do this work every single day in protecting our most precious resources. Thank you.
Was there anyone from the audience that wished to speak to this topic? We'll give you a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Mayor Enriquez, City Council. My name is Kyla Navarro, and I work with the Friends of the Organ Mountains Desert Peaks. So my organization was tasked with advocating for the establishment of the National Monument. And now we work really hard to make sure that everyone has access to these lands. And, you know, I saw a few of the students that were here earlier in the afternoon, and some of the folks that we engage with and work with, so it was really cool and rewarding. But this resolution comes from, since I would say the beginning of this year, that our public lands have been under threat, whether that's through the cutting of very important staff from our national parks and national monuments to just budgets across the board. And so a resolution like this is incredible, just that our city shows support of how important these landscapes are to every individual in southern New Mexico. And also I will highlight that we are throwing a community celebration of national conservation lands on September 26th, which we are working with the city, or Visit Las Cruces with, so hope you guys can attend, and those in the audience as well, so, yes.
Okay, thank you. Not seeing anyone else. Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 26-038. Councilor McClure?
Yes.
Councilor Matisse?
Yes.
Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Cran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Councilor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Next is item 8.2, resolution number 26-039, a resolution amending the 2026-2031 capital improvement program.
Move to approve. Second, Graham. Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council. My name is Cynthia Lamillo, CIP Manager, and today I have a couple of CIP amendments for your review. The CIP document was adopted May of this year, and from May to now, some of the projects have been adjusted. So I have two types of amendments for you. One is funding adjustment, which is one to make sure that the projects have enough funding to move forward, and one project that has received a recent notice of award for a grant. This first page, you'll find 5 capital improvement programs and their adjustments. The first one is for Madrid Avenue Extension, and this has an adjustment of reduction, but it's because the project is moving forward. The ending balance for this project will be 2.1. ADA compliance, Fire Station 4 remodel, municipal court rehabilitation, and the traffic signal at Batan Memorial at Rinconada. All of those projects have been adjusted, and now they reflect additional funding so the project can move forward. These next 5 projects are in the same status, adjusting funding so the project continues. We have neighborhood traffic calming program, roadway maintenance program, street lighting and traffic signal maintenance, the transportation system modernization, which is sometimes referred to ITS, and the municipal arterial program match. And all of these projects are under the Public Works program. Lastly, we have a project for a sustainability office, the C Fast Charger. This project just recently received a notice of award, and this amendment is to reflect those fundings so the project can start as soon as possible. However, I would like to invite Jenny Hernandez, the Sustainability Officer, to tell us more details about this project.
Mayor, Councilors, Jenny Hernandez, Sustainability Officer. So we applied for funding from NMDOT. They had a solicitation open to install specifically fast chargers. And so we applied, and after doing kind of some pre-analysis and looking at different sites across the city, we submitted for the animal shelter off of Batan Memorial. And here you're looking at a not so pretty looking, but gives you a sense of where we are planning on putting the charger. It is the yellow square that has the number 3 on it, so that's where the fast charger will be. And the reason we picked this location is because we were trying to be strategic to put it on major highways. So when people are passing through, hopefully that'll entice them to stop. And there are a lot of other amenities around the area. There's Walmart, there's restaurants. But hopefully also maybe they'll stop by either the dog park or the animal shelter and visit some of the pets and hopefully help with our pet of the week. So that's what you're seeing. It is for, I can go back one, for about a little over $500,000 to install, and that's just because it's a DC fast charger. Those are much more expensive than a traditional level 2. And I will pass it back over to Ms. Cynthia.
Thank you, Jenny. So with that, we have your council options, but we do have staff from the corresponding departments if you have specific questions on the projects.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia. Councilor Curran.
As Jenny alluded to, this comes with a free dog. Every charge gets a free dog, right? Can we do that? I support if that's available. I think anytime someone's charging there, we just slip a dog in the back seat. I would support that as an amendment to this. It's free for everyone. Just put a dog there. Free dog with your charge.
Seeing no other questions, Christine?
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 26-039. Councilor McClure?
Yes.
Councilor Matisse?
Yes.
Councilor Graham?
Yes.
Councilor Cran?
Yes.
Councilor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Next is item 8.3, resolution number 26-040, resolution approving a home investment partnership agreement between the city and Mesilla Valley Habitat for Humanity for the construction of 2 single homes in the Dos Sueños subdivision.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jen?
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council. Jan Lauterbach, Housing and Neighborhood Services. The resolution before you seeks to approve a home investment partnership program or home agreement between the city and Mesilla Valley Habitat for Humanity. Habitat desires to use up to $180,000 in home funding to help in the construction of 2 single-family homes in Dos Sueños estates, specifically located at 4432 Camino Dos Vidas and 4105 Calle de Luna. The home funding has been previously committed to Habitat for single-family construction via our annual action plans, and we're here today just to approve the home agreement. The homes will be offered for sale to income-qualified households working through Habitat's homeownership program processes. These households earn up to 80% of area median income as defined by HUD, and they are required to take homebuyer education classes and put in their volunteer hours working for Habitat. The assistance will provide for a reduction in the sales price of the home, offering a more affordable mortgage to the households. I have vicinity maps. This is for the property at Calle de Luna. You'll notice the main arteries there are Ingler Road and Jornada. And then the one on Camino Dos Vidas is on the opposite side of Jornada. So all of them are very close to Ingler Road, with Jornada being the divided major arterial in between the 2 neighborhoods. That is my presentation, and with that, I'll stand for questions.
Thank you, Jen. Any questions by council? Okay, seeing none. Christine?
This is on the motion to approve resolution 26-040. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Next is item 8.4, resolution number 26-041, a resolution declaring the intent of the City of Las Cruces, New Mexico to issue the IRB entitled City of Las Cruces, New Mexico Taxable Industrial Revenue Bonds.
Move to approve. Graham.
Second.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Okay, good afternoon again, Mayor and City Council. Elizabeth Teeters for the record. So I'm back up here to talk about a proposed inducement resolution for an industrial revenue bond for Endurance Technologies. So before I get to the actual business itself, I want to walk you through what an IRB is. So it is an economic development tool available to counties and municipalities. It's a tax abatement with a maximum term of 30 years. This tax abatement can be in the form of a property tax exemption, gross receipts tax, and/or compensating tax exemption on qualified purchases, or an exemption of bond interest from the New Mexico income taxation. So what is an IRB? It's only projects can be financed, so that could be land, buildings, equipment, or improvements. But it is important to note that per the IRB state statute, it is prohibits municipalities and counties from using any of their own resources to pay debt services. The bonds are payable solely from lease revenues paid by project companies, and the municipality cannot operate the IRB project being financed. So how it works. The real and/or personal property is conveyed from project company to the IRB issuer, which in this case is the City of Las Cruces. The issuer leases the project back to the company for the term of the bonds under an industrial revenue bond lease. The company acquires and makes purchases as agents of the city using non-taxable transaction certificates to obtain gross receipts tax abatement on eligible purchases, and the issuer transfers the project back to the company at the bond maturity date. There are 2 steps to the adoption process. We're here today for step 1. So the project company submits an application to the Economic Development Department to review, and then we do the inducement resolution. It is adopted by City Council. It indicates the intent to issue IRBs for a project. The city gives notice to County Commission and County Assessor at least 30 days prior to consideration of the IRB ordinance, which is the next step. And it allows the project company to begin making purchases using the non-taxable transaction certificates. Now, the second is the ordinance itself. So a published notice of intention to consider the ordinance in the newspaper is out at least 14 days prior to the ordinance consideration. The ordinance itself is adopted by City Council. It authorizes issuance of the IRB. It approves primary bond documents and terms included in the pilot payments, so the payment in lieu of taxes. Notice of adoption of the IRB ordinance published in newspaper and transactions can close 30 days after the publication. So a little bit on the business now. We have known this business as Project Ironman for the last 6 to 9 months, but it is actually Endurance Technologies. It is a Canadian steel pipe and manufacturing company. They service the oil and gas industries, and they have been in business for 30 years. They are seeking a new manufacturing facility to expand production capabilities into the U.S. They have done a multi-state search to find this new production facility. They expect to hire 41 new jobs with an average wage of about $58,000. And the capital investment actually now is around $17 million. And the potential they're potentially purchasing an existing current vacant building in the industrial park. It is the only current vacant building at the industrial park, and it hasn't been on the market for very long. So this proposed resolution, it expresses the council's intent to issue the bonds. It induces Endurance Technologies to move to the industrial park, and it shows the city is supporting the expansion and the 41 new jobs. It allows Endurance Technologies to apply for the tax-exempt certificate so they can begin purchasing equipment while waiting for the ordinance to be approved. And I know there's a lot more to IRBs than just this. So our IRB council is here, Ms. Catherine McKinney from Modrel. The IRB council from that's with Endurance is here, Eddie Duffy. We also have the CEO of Endurance here, Jeff Patura, and Steve Tate, who's the VP of Operations, and Davin Lopez is here from Avita, who has also been helping with the project. So we are all here to answer questions.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. Is there any questions, council?
Oh, shoot, sorry, my bracelet got stuck. Elizabeth, thank you. You said potentially looking for a location in the industrial park. Can you just say a little bit more about that?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem. So they are currently, since it has been a competitive process, so we are down to, I believe, 2 to 4 locations. They are looking at us primarily, but it isn't like what you say is a sealed deal yet. Doing this inducement resolution today is part of an incentive package that we've been working on that kind of puts us one step closer to the finish line.
Okay. And then on the 41 jobs, what's the expectation on that being that they are from Las Cruces, that they're from the area, that they're not being brought in from wherever else they're from?
Yes, I will see if Jeff wants to come up and talk about the hires.
Amazing, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and councilors and councilor supporters. Jeff Patura, President and CEO of Endurance Technologies. So the property that we're looking at in the industrial park is vacant. It's about 45,000 square foot, and it sits on 15 acres. 7 acres are developed, i.e. paved, that have the building, and then 8 acres is still raw land. So it gives us expansion capabilities. The jobs we listed are 41. We envision starting with 25 in the first year of operations. That'll be partway in 2026. So there's going to be a lot of investment in upgrading the property to allow us to do our process. So the 41 staff, we're looking local. There could be training in Canada. There could be Canadians coming here to train employees. But we feel we'll start with 25 and build to 41 in a 3-year period.
Thank you. I appreciate you answering my question.
All right.
And sorry I couldn't join you on Friday, but
Right,
thank you
yeah,
for doing
okay.
that.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
I just also thank you so much for considering this. I want to thank you all for this process, and I think weirdly we just coincidentally have been learning about industrial revenue bonds over the last month or so, totally apart from this. So it's a very opportune moment for us to be having this conversation and considering it as a council. And so thank you for considering Las Cruces. We appreciate your consideration, and I'm sure that you will love visiting. I'm sure that it'll be an easy sell to get folks to come down and train folks, especially during green chili roasting season. So please.
Very good, thank you.
Anyone else? Again, Jeff, thank you. Great to see you again. And we really appreciate that you're considering Las Cruces. And I didn't know at this time if Davin from Avita, if you had anything that you wanted to share.
All right, thank you, and
kind of the
thanks for giving
process.
us time. Cheers.
All right, thank you.
Mayor, members of the council, thank you for having me here. Davin Lopez with Mesilla Valley Economic Development Alliance. On behalf of the Mavita Board, of course, we do support this project. We've been working with Jeff and his team since about January of this year. We think that the investment that they're making and the job creation is going to be, well, not only great for the community, but stimulus to the Las Cruces Innovation and Industrial Park, something we've been trying and striving to grow for a while now. And I will say, I know you're all learning about the industrial revenue bond process through different means right now. But it has been a tried and true tax abatement mechanism that's been used around the county, around the state for many, many years. And it's a very responsible tool as well. So I encourage you to learn more about it. And I think it's a great opportunity that we're leveraging this tool to entice what would be this company's first investment in the United States. And we'd like to welcome them to Las Cruces. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Davin. All right, Christine.
This is on the motion to approve Resolution 26-041. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. So next on the agenda is board appointments. Okay, to read into the record, Counselor Matisse appoints Jason Ferguson to the Brannigan Library Board. And on these, I'll need a motion and a second, and vote is required for the following. Martha Guerra, new appointment to Seniors Program Advisory Board.
Move to approve.
Second, Graham.
This is on the motion to appoint Martha Guerra to the Senior Programs Advisory Board. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. The next one is John Trujillo, a new appointment to Senior Programs Advisory Board.
Move to approve.
Second.
This is on the motion to appoint John Trujillo to the Senior Programs Advisory Board. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. The next one is Adolph Zubia, reappointment to the Oversight Committee.
Move to approve.
Second.
This is on the motion to reappoint Adolph Zubia to the Oversight Committee. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Cran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. Next is a notice of proposed ordinances. There are two. Council Bill number 26-005, ordinance number 3097.
Bring it
Bring
forward.
it forward.
Beat you.
The next one is Council Bill number 26-006, ordinance number 3098.
Bring it
Bring
forward.
it forward.
Next, we'll go into City Council member board reports and comments. Councilor McClure.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to quickly say that at the MPO board meeting, we kind of discussed if the city of Las Cruces would sign on to target 0 for pedestrian deaths, and I think we're going to explore what those options are for the city. I think we want to actually make sure that, much like the kiddos who walked here today, that future remains for everybody here. So that's all I wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Matisse.
Thank you. I just want to share with Chief Story. I know we've had conversations on Salopec Park, and if you have any suggestions, I think they brought up maybe camera surveillance or more patrols. I could like to hear from you on that Salopec Park comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilor Matisse. I think if we zoom out and look at the number of parks that we have to cover in the city, that gives us some perspective. And so, of course, we just had a tragedy occur at that particular park, but the reality is we would like to do a better job of covering all the parks. And so staffing is a matter of officers versus calls for service versus proactive time. So it's a formula that we want to improve. We have 25 graduating from the academy this week, which they'll be in field training for a little bit, but once they're out of field training, that has a potential to change a lot for us, right? They're just staffing on patrol. And so by January of next year, that will give us a lot of options to deal with these things. I've been in discussions with city management and others on how do we expand the real-time crime center so that we cover some of the gaps, we fill some of the gaps, and that's one of them, is trying to find places, especially our parks. Right now, we already have infrastructure at all the major parks, Young Park, Apodaca, Lyon, even Veterans Park, but we have some of the smaller parks that don't have anything. So it's expanding it out to the smaller parks.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilor Grant.
Thank you. Perfect segue. I wanted to thank Chief Story for inviting us to a demo of the Real-Time Crime Center. It was amazing to watch, also kind of nerve-wracking, just to sit there and see things that are happening and you just sit there and watch. But it's amazing to see real-time how this will both enable our officers to do better policing, but also offer them protection that they need so desperately. And it was also great. I got to attend a session that had some participants from other regional law enforcement agencies, and it made me proud that we have this, because I saw the reaction from the officers from other agencies and realizing like I wasn't the only one who was like, this is so cool. So really appreciated the opportunity to come and see that. And actually it's a PD heavy comment session for me. I'd like to thank Officer David Udero, who had me, as I learned, his 1012 for a ride along, because he had to report to dispatch, I have a 1012. I'm like, wait, does that mean me? He's like, yeah, it just means I have a rider. I'm like, oh, okay. So I really appreciated his insight, his willingness to answer my questions, and to let me get just a small glimpse of one of his days. So much appreciation for that. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Corinne, I'm sorry.
I also wanted to elevate what Councilor McClure said about the state program that's called Target Zero. They're initiating that. It's kind of similar to Vision Zero, but it's a statewide and MDOT-led project that provides technical assistance. So I would also love for us to get engaged with that. I think it involves some cutting teams within the city, and I think it seems like a great opportunity to also represent for southern New Mexico, because it sounds like they've really been focused on Santa Fe and Albuquerque mostly in their work so far. So I also want to say that I would love for us to get on board with that. I want to highlight this Thursday from 10 to 1, I think, is the Griggs Walnut annual open house. I've gone to this every year. I won't be able to go this year, but it is one of the coolest things if you're interested in environmental health and environmental justice, and also making our water drinkable, and all the work that goes into that, and all of the diligence that utilities has put into this project to make water that was contaminated with forever chemicals potable again. It's a really great opportunity to see the city, what the city utilities really do, and how committed they are to thinking about our water. It's at the Griggs Walnut Superfund site, which is at 153 North Cottonwood, and I highly recommend, if you haven't been able to go, to check it out. It's very fun, very nerdy, typically great swag as well, so I wanted to recommend that to folks. I also wanted to thank Officer Udero, who took me around and shared a lot about understanding how he's experiencing work, and the things that he really appreciates about LCPD, and the things that we should make sure that we keep putting in to make sure that LCPD remains the best in Las Cruces, and also really thinking about what the daily life of an officer is. So it was a great experience for me as well. So thanks to Officer Udero for that invitation. And I think that's it for now.
Councilor Flores.
I really don't have anything to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Welcome back, Councilor Flores.
Thanks, Mayor. Yes, also just quick shout out to the Real-Time Crime Center and Chief for scheduling that demo. It definitely helps just see it in person just to reduce my paranoia, really, around Big Brother. So it was definitely, I'm just going to say I'm very glad we invested in that. And I think it's going to help a lot, especially with things like these park situations. So thank you for scheduling that and for answering all of our questions. I just have two things, really. Gosh, maybe I'll start with the harder one first. So Councilor Corn and I have been working together to make improvements and update our Welcoming City resolution. Just for some context that I don't think I have to give, but I want to. In the last few months, several things have happened that have made me realize that our current Welcoming City resolution is wholly inadequate to meet the moment that we are in. The big betrayal bill passed in Congress last month, or I don't know at this point, whenever that was, set aside $170 billion for immigration enforcement and border security. This is new money. Of course, we know that Las Cruces is in a border community, and we know that whatever will happen across the country will happen twice as bad in our community. And I'm scared about that. I've talked to people who are scared about that, and I want to make sure that as a city, we are standing strong by our community. Additionally, the Supreme Court of the United States recently really set forth a path to allow racial profiling by federal immigration enforcement, and in the future, really, who knows? And so I think the writing is in the wall about this administration's intent to target immigrant communities, and really just many communities as a whole. As a naturalized citizen, I can tell you that I've certainly been nervous about what that means for people like me as well. So like I said, I believe that currently our Welcoming City resolution is wholly inadequate to meet that moment. And want to ask for consensus from this board to bring it forth for discussion on the October 6th agenda. I asked Christine, and she said even a thumbs up will work. So I'm asking for consensus on whether from this board to bring that forth so that we can get it on the agenda. So Christine, I don't know what else.
Let me see, Christine. So in order to bring this forward, yeah, we need a 4-3. Okay, if we can show whoever's in favor. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. And then I just have one last item. I happened to be watching the Emmys last night. I don't know if any watched the Emmys. I love award shows. I don't know why. And they had this really great sort of running joke to help the celebrities getting awards cut down on their speaking time. And the host said, I'm going to give $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club. And every time someone goes over the 45 seconds, I'm going to take $1,000 off for every second you go over. It was very funny. And if you went under 45, they would add money to it. All to say is that they ended up with a negative $27,000. At the end, of course, the host and other celebrities ended up giving $300,000 to the Boys and Girls Club. All that to say that I met with the Boys and Girls Club here locally not too long ago. And so I want to officially make a pitch that both, honestly, I've also called my colleague at the County Commission, Commissioner Sanchez, for both the county and the city to support Boys and Girls Club locally to help make their $7.1 million goal by the end of the year so that they can break ground. Right now they have $6.1 million, most of it from private donors. Nusenda was a really big recent donor. Of course, we know that some of our ARPA dollars went to the Boys and Girls Club so that they could purchase the facility on El Paseo. And honestly, I'm really hoping that this is something we can do, us and the county, because I think, one, it's the right thing to do. We obviously heard, we've heard passionate community members about things to do for our young people, and this is an investment we should be making. Number one, that's period, number one. Number two, the Boys and Girls Club new facility is in the El Paseo MRA, and I really think it could be a catalyst for what the rest of this MRA could look like. And so if we, as the city and the county, can pitch in some funds to help them meet that $7.5 million goal, I think that would be really important and powerful. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Again, I just want to echo about the Real-Time Crime Center. That's a long time that we've been waiting for this. Thank you, Chief Story and the Police Department. Again, thank our legislators and even members of Congress that have supported this so that we can improve our public safety in our community with innovation and technology. So that's something that we're looking forward to. Later this week will be, some of us, I know I'll be attending the New Mexico Municipal League in Ruidoso to continue those talks on public safety, mental health, and things that we need for a quality of life, not only in our community, but statewide. Last week, we did have a groundbreaking or ribbon cutting for the new Valley View Park. And Councilor Graham, Councilor McClure, that's one of the parks that divides their district, but it was great to be there and to see. So I understand when people of the community come up because there's issues and there's concerns, but we are working at it. We are doing, as you can see, the mayor's top team here, trying to get kids involved in academics and activities, and also revitalizing our parks and looking with the new GRT at recreation centers that we can get on our community. It's not that anyone cares. It just takes time, and we're moving in that direction, and we want to continue. And so the mayor's top team, I just want to let you know, on Saturday at starting at 8:30 a.m. at the Walmart off Walton, we'll be walking along Trevice doing a cleanup on that day. So we'll be doing that Saturday. Anybody that wants to join us is welcome for that cleanup that morning. And then on Sunday is the mayor's bike ride. And we're going to start here at City Hall at 10 a.m., be here before that. I'm looking at Scott back there. He told me I had to be here early. So we'll start at 10, and we'll ride to University and South Solano, where the other event that's taking place there is the Redas Unidas. That's going to be there on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., South Solano Wolford to University. So we got a few things planned this weekend. Come out and join us, and we'll continue to work hard for this community. And we do care about the children and our youth and our seniors and everyone else in this community. So with that, I'll turn it over to our city manager.
Thank you, Mayor Enriquez, Mayor Pro Tem Coleman, City Councilors, Ikani Tamopeao, City Manager. Just a few updates, and I will be out of here. As some of the councilors and mayor mentioned, we have GRT public meetings coming up, and they're going to happen in the next 2.5, 3 weeks. First one, District 1, September 30th, is going to be at the Brannigan Library Roadrunner. On October 1st, we're going to have it in Mesilla Park, District 2. On October 2nd, we're going to have it in District 3, Munson Senior Center. On October 7th, we're going to have it District 4, MacArthur Elementary School. October 8th, we're going to have it at District 5, Monte Vista Elementary School. And on October 9th, we are planning to have it at Doña Ana Community College, East Mesa, District 6. This is something that our communications department, we appreciate our community outreach, Katrina and Mandy working together with Sarah Gonzalez and Cynthia Alamio to make these outreach meetings happen along with the counselors. We will put this on social media platforms so all will be updated. Please come out. As we mentioned, we've heard from public comments today about more community centers, more rec centers, more capital projects. Our elected officials support that. There's so many needs, but come, let your voice be heard with your families and friends. We appreciate that. Talking about another CIP project, a capital project that is near and dear to our heart, but hasn't quite came through fruition. There's a new skate park that we partnered with a contractor vendor at Hadley. It's our Hadley skate park that hasn't opened yet. And so this is something that just hit social media right now. It's an update, and I'll just share it verbatim. The city of Las Cruces is aware of concerns regarding the delayed opening of the Walnut Skate Park on 165 North Walnut Street. However, we have encountered some unexpected issues with the construction of the project. While we appreciate the eagerness to make use of this exciting new facility, the city is committed to delivering a final product to the community that is nothing short of excellent. We have been in communication with the contractor responsible for construction and are committed to resolving these issues as soon as possible. We understand your concern and appreciate your patience. And we thank the community for waiting patiently alongside. I know it's tough, but we have capital projects. We have a new skate park in the East Mesa that we're hoping open in the upcoming weeks with ribbon cutting. More to come on that. But thanks to the team working to resolve the skate park on Walnut. Just a few more announcements, and then Mayor, it'll be yours. Economic Development, the 2025 New Mexico Economic Development Excellence Awards have just been announced, and Mavita and the city jointly won the Blueprint for Growth Award. Can we get a round of applause for them? We appreciate Davin is still here from Mavita, and we appreciate Elizabeth and Economic Development working together. The award recognizes a community organization or agency that has demonstrated exceptional foresight in planning and advanced long-term economic goals. They have been working on pre-spec development as site readiness strategies and really being the front runners of innovation and creativity on that front in the state. So thank you, Davin and Elizabeth, for working closely on that. The awards will be handed out at this year's Governor's Conference on Economic Development on September 25th. Next but not least, Parks and Rec. Get ready for Fall National Cleanup Day this Saturday, September 20th. Keep Las Cruces Beautiful is providing free roll-off dumpsters at several locations around town to help you get rid of bulky junk and clean up your space. The dumpsters will be available from 8 a.m. to 12 noon or until they are full. Free dumpsters locations at Henry Benavides Community Center, Young Park, East Mesa Rec Center, Apodaca Park, and Frank O'Brien Papin Community Center. Also, if you want to do more, you can volunteer for the Fall National Cleanup Day event. Help make our community event and make our community even cleaner. To sign up, visit Keep Las Cruces' beautiful webpage. For questions, please call 575-528-4526. And last but not least, you are invited to a free community movie night this Saturday, September 20th, at the Amador Live Space for a special screening of the brand new 2025 live action musical Snow White. Bring your family, friends, blankets, and chairs for a magical night under the stars. The gates open at 7 p.m. and movies will begin at dusk. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you, Mayor. That's all.
Thank you, Connie. There was one more thing I forgot to mention was the Rotary Club had a reception on Friday, and I was there to read the proclamation for them at the reception. But I just want to say kudos to them for their leadership, their inspiration. They were celebrating 50 years of existence here in Las Cruces. Thank you, Carol, for the invite and for all that you do. But I think that's huge. That when a club has been around for 50 years and continues to serve in dedication to the community is awesome. So I just want to give them a shout out for 50 years of existence. And with that, I'll have a motion to adjourn.
So moved by Flores.
Second.
This is on a motion to adjourn the meeting. Counselor McClure?
Yes.
Counselor Matisse?
Yes.
Counselor Graham?
Yes.
Counselor Coran?
Yes.
Counselor Flores?
Yes.
Counselor Bencomo?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.